Good morning, everyone. As you can see on the slide, today we have another topic, and that's method and techniques of training. Basically, when we talk about methods and techniques, that means which method or which technique should I use to impart the training. If I elaborate the screen and you can see the first point is on the job training. On the job training. That means what is on the job training? Yes, in this method, the trainee is placed on a regular job and taught the skill necessary to perform it. That means while doing the job, the person is trained. The trainee learns under the guidance and the supervision of the superior or the instructor. Right? The trainee learns by observing and handling the job. That means you are on the job and then you are learning it. So this is most popular method of training as well. Example, JIT can be written job instruction training. As you can see in the slide, it's given the merit of on the job training. So merit is on the job training provides employees trainee basically learns on the actual machine. That means he learns on the actual machine. And what could be the demerits? Method is haphazard, unorganized. Maybe the trainer is not an experienced person on the job. Maybe the superior is not an experienced person. Maybe the supervisor is not so experienced. So whatever the supervisor know, he'll impart that much. Right? So that is on the job training. Have I made myself clear? Okay. Now the next topic you see over there on the screen, that is off the job training. Off the job training. Could you see that? Off the job training? Yes. On the job means staying on the job and then you are taking the training. Off the job means? Yes. Means training is given outside the job. You are not on the job but you are taking the training. So we can see before going to in your slide, you can see we have given you the merits and demerits. Different merits and demerits are given. You can go through them. But I would like you to know what vestibule trainings are actually. Vestibule is actually a training center which is called vestibule. Right. So an actual job condition is duplicated. Expert trainers are there to handle the things. So that is what a vestibule training is. A person is often selected for that purpose. Expert trainers are employed to provide training with the help of equipment and machine. So they are vestibule training. Another type of training is the apprenticeship training, like ITIs, industrial training institutes are there. In this method, actually what is happening? Theoretical instruction and practical learning are going together. That means we are having theory as well as practical together. That is apprenticeship training. And apprenticeship training is given to whom? To the draughtman, machine man, printer, tool maker, pattern designer, mechanic, carpenter, weaver, fitter, jeweler, engraver, electrician. All these go for apprenticeship training. You have seen, no? Many of time you have seen. Like suppose an electrician is walking to your home, along with him a person will come, a chela type of a person will come. So what is actually he is taking? That chela is taking the apprenticeship training. That boy along with that main electrician, he is also learning while doing things. So that is apprenticeship training. In a mechanic way, you go to a garage and when you ask a person, the main person who is taking care of the cars and bikes is there, but along with them another person, a small child or small person, a small or a young age guy must be there to see, and he will see and learn from that whatever the problem is. So he is taking basically the apprenticeship training. Now as you can see on the slide, we have classroom training. Classroom training. Under this method, training is provided in company classrooms. Like suppose if I have a company, I'll have a classroom in my company or educational institutions. Lectures, case studies, group discussion, audio visual aids, all these things are given through classroom teaching. You all know what classroom teaching is. You all are aware of the classroom teaching, right? We are teaching you as to how to do things. So this is example management course for foremen, computer course for typists. All this has been trained in the classroom. So that is classroom treating. Now the next is the internship training. Many of you have heard from that intern. Like for suppose MBBS doctors, the CA, they all do go for the internship training, right? They go under the senior, learn from them for few years, and then like company secretary as well, they have to become a company secretary for few years under someone, and then you, after getting the experience, after getting the knowledge, you walk in and then you become an intern. You remain an intern for few years, you learn, and then you know you can do things on your own. It's actually internship training is a joint program of training in which educational institutions and business firms cooperate together. Newly recruited employees are sent to the vocational institutions for theoretical training. They also work in some factory or office to acquire the practical knowledge and skill. This method helps to provide a good balance between the theory and practical. You know what we have studied in the theory and we are doing it practically. They are two different things. Can't mix up. Have I made myself clear? You can't mix theory and practical. They are two different things. So this is internship training. Examples you can put up: MBBS, CA, ICWA. Put comma and you can write down. Company secretary. This method is suitable for jobs where advanced theoretical training requires practical application. That means along with theory, I want practical also. So for that, for those purpose, these trainings are feasible. Have I made myself clear? So today we have learned two things: on the job training and off the job training. On the job training means doing when you are at the job, and then you are after, I mean staying at the job, you are taking the training. That means on the job, you are while working, you are taking the training. That is on the job training. And then we have learned about off the job training. That means staying away from the job, staying outside the job. We are taking the training. That's off the job training. Vestibule training. A vestibule is created. A classroom is created. Okay, as I told you, vestibule training. Vestibule is created. And in that, machines are there, equipments are there. So you learn accordingly. Whatever you do on the field, in the factory, you will be made to do the same thing in the vestibule. And then we've learned about apprenticeship training. We have already learned who are apprenticeship: the mechanic, the carpenter, the weaver, fitter. They stay with the seniors and they learn from them, right? So they are designer, yes, pattern designers, electricians, weaver, machine man, tool maker. Yes, they stay with the boss, with the head, and they learn from them. And the last point we have done is the internship training. As I told you, it goes with MBBS, CA, ICWA, company secretary. They work under their seniors as an intern, learn from them, and actually they do get the salary in the beginning, but their intern salary is not much as compared to the one expert salary, right? Because interns are interns and experts are experts. So can't mix up their salary pattern. So these people, they do work with the interns, they do work under the expert, they gather the knowledge, they work over it, learn from them lots of things along with the theory, because till now they have only learned the theory part. Now they are doing it practically, and once you do it things practically, then only you learn, right? So here you can see, so all these factors what we have studied so far, the training part, on the job and off the job. Now I'm going to reduce the slide so that you can see the methods and the techniques of training which we were doing and we have done so far. All these points are important. I believe you understood some of the things which are not there on the slide. I have spoken also. Kindly note them down. I said I have spoken about vestibule training. I have spoken about apprenticeship training, which is not there on the slide. So these two type of training which I have spoken about are not there on the slide. So you can take them down in the register and then from the explanation only, and then you can have your complete information bureau ready. Am I clear? Okay. Now, again, I will tell you, complete the assignment. There is an assignment attached to this file as well, along with this. Now, complete those assignment. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today we are here to discuss two things. First, we are going to discuss about the benefits of training to employees. Okay, and of course today you have to write down lots of things, so pen should be ready with you. Benefits we have on the screen, you can see benefits of training to employee. The first benefit which an employee derives from training is that employee gains the self-confidence. The very first point you see, employee gains the self-confidence. You know what, an employee is able to get the self-confidence when he or she is trained accordingly. Moving to point number 2, higher earnings. That means if you are a trained employee, your earnings will be higher, your salary will be higher than in comparison to an untrained employee. Point number 3 we can see is the safety, because you know what, a trained employee will always be using safety measures. He or she should know how to work safely because they already know how to use the safety devices properly. Moving on to the next point, adaptability. They can easily adjust with the surrounding, the procedure, the methods, they can easily learn because they are already trained. Point number 5 we have done is promotion. You know what? Obviously, trained employee will always get a promotion because the employee is trained. He will not do mistake. He will be error safe, he'll be flawless, and then what happens? So he'll not do the mistake, and once an employee will not do the mistake, then he'll be easily promoted to the next level. Next point, the last point, new skills. Obviously training develops new knowledge and skill among employees. So like means why a training is given. If I'm not knowing anything, I've been trained to use that method, I've been trained to do that. So once the training is given to you, you start doing a thing. So that is why training is important to you. In the absence of training, you cannot have it incomplete. No, this is actually the without training, an employee is incomplete. So training is very effective part of an organization. Have I made myself clear? Now take out your pen and register. Pen and register, yes. Okay, now note down a difference chart. One side you write down induction training, the other side you write down on the job training. Induction means orientation training, yes. Induction training, on the job training. Draw the difference chart and write down. Under induction training you write down under induction training you write down maybe outside the workplace. On the job training, at the workplace. Write down at the workplace. Induction training is given to a new employee. Next point, number 2. Whereas on the job training is given to both new as well as the existing employee. New as well as existing employee. Point number 3, once again, okay, under induction training you write down, induction training is given only to a new employee. On the job training you write down, it is given to both new as well as existing employees. That means ones who are already there in your organization. Point number 4, difference number 4. Induction training is given to help an employee to adjust to the organization. Induction training is given to help an employee in order to adjust to the organization. Induction training is given to help an employee in order to adjust to the organization. On the job training is given to improve the efficiency of employees. To improve the efficiency of employees. On-the-job training is given to improve the efficiency of employee. Obviously, the work of efficiency. Next point number 4. Point number 4. Induction training is given once in the lifetime. Induction training, under that you write down, given once in a lifetime. You don't give induction training again and again to the same person, right? On-the-job training may be given several times. On-the-job training may be given several times. On-the-job training may be given several times. The last slide today, as you can see, the hindrances of training. It is written in red to mark that they are the hindrances, the obstacles in training. What could be the obstacles in training? So you already have a pen in your hand. Keep writing. Write down this heading, hindrances to training. This is the heading, hindrances to training. Point number 1, you write down, lack of LACK, lack of top management support. Lack of top management support. Lack of top management support. Number 2, shortage of funds required for training. 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 Number 3, shortage of qualified trainers. Shortage of qualified trainers. Shortage of qualified trainers. Qualified spelling, you know, QUALIFIED. Shortage of qualified trainers. Point number 4. Lack of faith in training. Lack of faith, FAITH. Lack of faith in training. Number 5, lack of willingness to learn. Like suppose our trainees are not willing to learn. Then whatever the trainer is teaching, the trainee is not willing to learn. Like many of you, whatever sir is explaining, you don't want to listen. You are not viewing the file. Right? So lack of willingness to learn. Let me tell you, all these things what we are doing will not be repeating because we won't be getting time. There are 22 lessons which are coming. So whatever the teaching has been given or done online, kindly view all of them. Keep a record of everything. Whatever is explained, kindly note them down in the register. Don't leave anything. I won't be explaining anything again. So take it since day one. Be very serious. I'm telling you, write again and again. So all these points which I am dictating, kindly note them down. And if anybody is not able to understand, kindly WhatsApp to me and ask me anything. Don't leave anything. There shouldn't be any kind of a gap here and there. No communication gap between the student and the teacher. So the last point, as I told you, lack of willingness to learn on the part of trainees. That the trainees don't want to learn actually. Lack of willingness to learn on the part of trainees. So with this we finished off our slide. Many of you are supposed to take things seriously, but you're not still taking things seriously. I don't know what is happening. Why are we not taking things seriously? Okay, but we have to be very particular because this is the board year and we have questions after each and every lessons. The repetition of question is there for board years. Which questions are repeated? when it is coming and in what form it is coming, that is important. So now, since we have finished this lesson is completed. We'll have lots of other things to do. Kindly complete of all the assignment, all the question answers, whichever is been given to you till now. Okay. You know what? Study must go on. I must say that much. Everything is important. Whatever question answers, assignments are given, make a note of it. Keep writing them in the register. Get it signed when I come back, when we meet. Right? And one more thing. Yes, of course, this lesson is completed. Staff training is completed. So now I'll be for few classes I'll be giving you the additional reference file so that you can be benefited out of it, and you can be seeing some of the files to learn from them. Okay, have I made myself clear? So you'll be learning from those files as well, what the other teachers have to say. So let's look in that way and then get the benefit out of it. So don't waste your time. At the same time, this is almost the fourth lesson we are doing. Yes, fourth lesson we are doing. So kindly learn them up. Don't keep anything. Now there will be tests and all. So you need to prepare yourself accordingly. Okay. Do all the assignments properly. Do all the question answer. Keep a record of everything. Whatever is explained, kindly note them down. Anything you hear. I'm also going to send you these some extra files, some extra videos made by other teachers for your reference in these for 2-3 classes, so that you in the meantime you finish off the written work, because they don't contain question answers. So ultimately you can finish off the written work and don't leave anything for the other moment, and then you'll say, sir, you have not given extra time like how you used to give in the school. So ultimately that is why for 1 or 2 classes I'm giving you the writing time. So in the meantime I'll give you the reference file so that you can see them and gather information from them, and you at the same time do the written work. Don't leave anything for the last moment. Have I made myself clear? Okay. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.